Before we answer the question of how First National Bank Arena transformed from the home of the Red Wolves basketball team into a place for monster trucks, let's rewind the clock back to the 1970s and learn why this massive entertainment venue was built in Jonesboro, Arkansas, a town known much more for its agriculture than its visits by artists such as Kelly Clarkson, Taylor Swift, and many more.
I was actually hired while the building was in the final phases of being built.
I've been on the staff since 1985 and was fortunate to watch some of the construction of the Convocation Center as it took place.
The building came about really as a result of, at the time, Governor Clinton, then of course eventually became President Clinton, spoke the old field house, which is long gone.
I remember coming here in 1977 when I was Attorney General. This is how I really got interested in helping ASU. I came here to speak to a commencement, and it was supposed to be a beautiful day like this, and instead it rained. And we had to go inside to the old field house where there was no air conditioning. And the rain, you know how it is when it gets warm here, the rain just makes it worse. The humidity was sizzling around. No one could breathe. The faculty and the students were suffocating in their beautiful robes. And I gave a 6-minute speech. And I made up my mind that if God ever gave me the opportunity to serve long enough, I'd build us a place with an air conditioning where I could give a longer speech. And that's how the Convocation Center got started.
This was issued by the Sports Information Office in October '86. It was kind of a status report on how the construction was coming, but it gives a lot of interesting facts about the building. For instance, it says it will likely be ready for the 1987 commencement, and it was.
Yeah, we were about 6 months from actually being open, but Dr. Eugene Smith had promised people that we would hold graduation there, and the contractor got it ready enough for us. We held graduation.
Governor Clinton, he was glad to come back and give the first speech in the new Convocation Center.
We took the building back, and we were obviously, ground up. I mean, we had no furnishings, nothing. So at that time, we were in a purchasing phase. Anything from desks to equipment for the concession stands, everything that we needed to run the building, we were in the purchasing mode. Bill Clinton actually visited campus on more than one occasion, but as he came back as president, it was just much more daunting than one would ever think, because we were the backup location because the location was for the library, but they came in and literally took the building over. We had no control. They told us what we would do, would not do, where we would go, would not go. And so it was quite an interesting experience dealing with the Secret Service.
In 2017, First National Bank expressed interest in purchasing naming rights for the building, and they made a $5 million contribution to the university, and the naming of the Convocation Center became First National Bank Arena.
Now that we're up to speed with how the arena came to be, let's learn about how the arena gets ready for an event like the Monster Truck Nitro Tour.
So when an event is scheduled, they will reach out to me and provide me with graphics to blast out to social media. We have our sign that you see driving by out on Red Wolf, out on the edge of campus, as well as we have a contract with a billboard company that we use. They get added to the billboards. That's it for the initial contact. They handle most of the advertising. I get them in touch with our media contacts through radio and TV here, and they handle all their outside advertising usually with them.
My main role in the arena is I'm Director of Operations. I've been Director of Operations since June 8th of last year, but I've been around the arena for several years leading up to that. And I mainly just facilitate anything that happens inside the arena logistically, just making sure that events happen as smoothly as possible. The basketball floor, from TV, from the stands, it just looks like one solid piece of floor. But in actuality, the basketball floor is made up of, I'd say they're about 4 by 8 pieces. And each one of those pieces weigh about I'd say between 150, 175 pounds apiece.
How you doing? Doing good, doing good.
What is your job here tonight?
Picking up these panels.
Yeah.
They come down with that little fork thing, they kick them out. We kick them out, and we just we grab them up, we pick them, we put them on the cart, and then we roll them back there. You know, it's not that hard work.
And we run 2 crews on each side. The floor comes up from outside to inside. The middle row of the court is the last row that comes up. But they just pick it up, stack it, bring it in, store it in one of our storage areas.
This is actually a long jump for the indoor track that they don't use no more, but it's still covered. They have these plates on, and what I'm doing is welding the plates together for when the monster trucks come. They can drive over them without anything damaging, and just make sure everything's welded and smooth so the monster trucks can drive over it and it can hold its weight up. Both sides of gas.
We had monster truck rolling in here this morning. All of the lower bowl bleachers in the arena, those bleachers fold down kind of one by one, and then all of the bleachers on the south end kind of go back into where they live, and the arena becomes this huge open area.
At the time our building was built, the seating, the indoor seating installation, the retractable seats, was the largest in the world.
And then we hang visqueen from the hole from the top of the lower bowl, and then we go and spread. A lot of people think this is crazy, but we put soda syrup on the ground. Just spread soda syrup like you would see at a gas station that comes out for the carbonation.
I'll be spreading the soda syrup out for the monster trucks. It makes the floor sticky so that the tires will stick, and plus it puts a barrier on the floor to keep the tire tracks, like leaving from skid marks and stuff on the pavement. We put the syrup in, it comes in the boxes like that, and we'll put it inside the machine just like we would the detergent if we were scrubbing the floor. And we'll mix it with hot water and then just spread that all out on the floor, and then the hot water will evaporate and it just leaves the sticky stuff. Yeah, it takes about half the time it would if we use dirt.
And that's the storyline. And I've been trying to figure out where you got that hat from. And I did tell you the other day, I seen a picture of you and your dad. Yeah.
The arena, we use a group called Breaking Bonds Ministries, and I actually started out as a resident of Breaking Bonds Ministries. I had a drug addiction for 16 years, and I reached out to Breaking Bonds, and that's when I started coming to the arena. And then after 6 months, I came on staff for Breaking Bonds, and I was what they call a facilitator. Well, I did that for about 2 years, and then I met my wife, and in 2021, after we were married, we went to Jackson, Missouri, where we started an additional Breaking Bonds Ministries, and we served there for 2 years. Life happened, I got stressed, and I actually relapsed. Again and re-entered Breaking Bonds Ministries as a resident after being a director, coming full circle, again March 8th, coming up on a year. And I came back and I stayed 3 months there. My first week back, I walked into the doors down here at First National Bank Arena again for the second time. And that's where I discovered that they were looking for a director of operations for the arena. And ultimately, that 4 years that I spent here with them trained me to do the job that I do today.
Well, I'm trying.
I've been working for Breaking Bonds 4 months now. And yeah, we're out here a lot. I spend a lot of time at ASU. Some of us had never really worked. So it gives us the momentum and to get out and go to work and teach us how to live a normal life. Because a lot of people that are in my position have just ran the streets and done what they've done. And this teaches you that you, in life, you got to get up, you got to go to work, and that's just how life is.
I'll show you one.
But it's not like a
Just to be honest, I've done a lot of time in prison. A lot of bad decisions, and I had gotten my life together and come home and got a family and a kid. I got a 4-year-old right now, But I come in because I had gotten in trouble, and they're like, hey man, instead of us sending you back to where you've always been, let's try to get you some help. And I was like, that's great. And like Murphy, you know, Murphy's been where we are. You know, Murphy's been that guy, and he's changed his life around. And for people like us, it gives us hope that, hey, look where we are and look where he is. If he can do it, we can do it.
But they have a place out north of Jonesboro that houses 40 men. They live on campus, stay there for 7 months. And really it's just a place for men to go to kind of get away from everything that they're trying to escape and really develop a relationship with Jesus Christ too. So it helps the family, it helps the man.
When I come here, my wife and my daughter had left because of all the bad decisions that I've made, and breaking bonds has helped. God has restored it, but breaking bonds has been the backbone of it, trying to get me and my family back together, and it's worked. My wife and daughter are back now, and things are really good.
There is hope, and there is life beyond the grips of addiction. So.
So we get here this morning, and all of the plastic that we had put in place yesterday. Yesterday we had some storms come in, so the humidity was pretty high. So unfortunately the plastic fell.
So what we're doing here, these bars tend to get in the way a little bit. And we make a slit so we can wrap it around the bar so we keep it nice and snug and keep those waves out of the tarp, you know, just make it look a little better.
So the fan's actually on because the soda syrup's a little wetter than I would like it to be. So we're just trying to speed up the process of drying.
Whoever their production manager is, I'm at their beck and call pretty much all day long. Whatever they need, whether it's an extension cord, whether it's water, whether it's, you know, dirt, soda syrup, kind of do just kind of a walk through the venue, kind of see what they're looking for, where they're going to set up their production office, things like that. Just kind of get a feel for the layout of the arena. It's pretty simple.
It's that humidity, it really fights with the syrup and it won't let it dry. I know that thing, you got to charge it, then you got to fill it, but at least in these corners, and then at some point for him, I'd like to get the center done so that he can start placing cars so we can get that part done too.
The center where I need to put the tires in the cars, if it's wet like this, when they hit it tomorrow,
the cars will just move this one side.
Ticky tacky that is.
All right,
Compared to that.
Wait, let me see. Okay. Yeah. Big difference.
Shut the building down, shut all the doors and everything, and then leave the fans running.
Yeah. Well, I can shut the exterior doors now. I just was trying to get some type of airflow in here.
No, 100. And I fully get what you. Again, it's not your fault. We'll figure it out.
Scrubber went down yesterday. It stopped moving, so I had to call in a technician to come look at it yesterday, and it is not working still. So we're going to have to move a charger downstairs to get it charging so that he can come by and look at it here in a little bit.
So this, unfortunately, is what happens a lot of the time. You know, we send in a rider ahead of time, and the problem is everybody's like, well, the way you say to do it, which is using just garden misters or sprayers, you just mist the floor, which is a very small amount. Everyone says, no, we're gonna pour it out, and we'll use squeegees, and what you end up with is it doesn't tack up, it turns to slime. And that's what we have here. So right now they're trying to dry certain areas, and other areas they're gonna use their cleaner, they're gonna clean it back up. But that's kind of one of the big things when you're doing a concrete event versus a dirt event. You know, that's one of the deals. Dirt events, like in a building like this, They're really tough to do, which we'll probably come back with dirt next year, but with the retractable stands, you can't get any dirt under those stands because then they don't come in and out.
Yeah, makes sense.
As soon as he gets his little machine back up, they'll squeegee that out. We'll start bringing in the tires and the cars and getting everything set in the center of the track. The other trucks are all en route, and so it's a normal Friday.
Yeah. My name is Dale Pittman. I'm the show coordinator and safety coordinator.
So could you kind of explain to us what that all entails?
On this event, it entails making sure that the track gets all set up, the cars get put down, everything gets tied together exactly like it's supposed to be. That way that when the trucks hit it, the cars don't slide out from under it. The safety part of it, these trucks, they have so much safety on them. They have just as much as NASCAR. I mean, they have inside fire compression systems, everything that you can imagine. So therefore, once we get everything set up, I'll walk around the trucks, check them, make sure everything's good. That way if something does happen, we know our driver's safe in these trucks.
Yeah. You get a second, I want to talk to you guys before the other trucks get here and figure out what we're going to do.
So you guys think a flat track time trial to kind of line up racing might be the right way? Or a donut contest? It's one or the other. Which one? Well, right now it's greasy. Right now they're trying to clean that up, but I guess we can take a look at it closer and then decide. Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Usually we have to jack it up, take the small tires off, put the big tires on.
These guys, they design their own bodies. A lot of them will do their own fiberglass, vinyl, the whole 9 yards.
Before shows, we'll gas up our shocks. We'll set the ride height to about 10 inches in the front, 12 in the rear.
You're the driver, you're the big guy, you're the everything there is.
The driver's doing it all.
The driver does it all. A lot of times they'll have a crew guy with them,
Yeah.
but still, I mean, if they blow a training tomorrow night or tomorrow day's show, they'll have it jerked out and new and put in for the second round of the show.
So the last 2 hours just kind of been fighting Mother Nature still. Scrubber went down, got it charged, so it's back up and running. Spread some of this out. Went and borrowed some fans from facilities to get some big fans on it. Try to speed the process of drying it out because apparently they can't really start building till it's a little drier than this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a waiting game now, just trying to get air on it, trying to get it dry.
Yeah.
Got some issues with sound.
Okay.
So we have a patch cord going in there that patches from the wall here over, but that patch connection is kind of down right now, so we had to call Gateway in to come and try to troubleshoot it for us. Gotcha. Nothing major, it's just typical problem solving. Yeah. You know, that's what we do is problem solve here. So there you go. But yeah, we're in good shape. We'll be all right.
We were doing a remote broadcast here today for a couple of hours, getting people to come out and take advantage not only of some good deals here at the dealership, but also the dealership was sponsoring an event with the Northeast Arkansas Humane Society to adopt some pets. So they brought their van out and they brought some puppies and they brought a couple of older dogs with them. But also the monster trucks are going to be doing 2 shows tomorrow at First National Bank Arena here in Jonesboro. And so the monster truck folks brought out a monster truck for everybody to take a look at and get pictures with and that sort of thing. So it's just a nice way to spend a Friday afternoon here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jonesboro.
lot of people go into a show, a monster truck, a concert, or whatever it is that they're attending, and they walk through the doors and they see the finished product, right? They see a concert, they see all the empty cars in the stage or in the arena, and they really don't grasp what it takes to make all that happen.
What's up, guys? My name is Logan Tweedy, and I drive the Kamikaze monster truck for Team Piranha Monster. Got my start in a heavy hitter, and then I went to barefoot, drove barefoot for 2 years. I actually grew up around this. My dad drove Bigfoot for the longest time, and I just kind of followed in his footsteps. Here today, we're in Jonesboro, Arkansas, putting on a good show for these awesome fans, and man, I'm loving it, dude. These fans are awesome, this crowd is awesome, these cars, these obstacles are pretty cool. Got some great competition here, and I can't wait to see what happens.
We're selling shirts, hats, flags, earmuffs. We also have a couple hoodies, and everything's decently cheap. We have different types of flags if you want that. We have driver shirts, we have X shirts. So it's all in whatever you want. Most popular item that we've sold most of is flags or earmuffs.
When it goes back down in reverse order. The middle row will go down first, and then you'll run 2 crews running each side out to the edges. Once the floor's out, there's a lot of courtside seats and score tables and things like that have to be put in place. All the cabling has to be run for that before the bleachers come out. So we get all that done, and then we have this little handheld scrubber that we'll get out of the closet and run it over the court. Clean it and scrub it, get it shined up for the game, and then have a basketball game. A lot of people are sometimes really amazed when they have the ability to watch us take the court up and then put it away and then put the court down. They're like, I had no clue that's how the floor was put down. And that's another thing that I enjoy about the arena is because we are behind the scenes. We are making the magic happen for people that don't really understand what it takes for an event to go on. And fortunately for us here at the arena, we have a very unique team that's, I'd say, well-versed in whatever lane they're assigned to, but also when it comes down to crunch time, man, we're here to help. We're here to make it happen. If we need all hands on deck, if we need to pick up a literal car and move it, we've got the hands and feet to do that, especially with Breaking Bonds being here too. Whatever needs to happen, we're gonna make it happen. We've never not made something happen, and there's never been something that didn't happen because we weren't able to do it, if that makes sense.
Jonesboro is very fortunate to have that arena. It is a large arena for the size city that we have. And it's a blessing to have.
The reason we do what we do is because we love to entertain people. We love to be in a position to provide high quality entertainment for people that are seeking that here in Jonesboro.